Hi there, my name is Paul. I arrived in Thailand 3 days ago on a non-O visa for medical treatment. So I'm making this short video just to explain the process of getting back from the UK, in my case, to Thailand for medical treatment. I'm happy to answer any questions in the comments. The only thing I can't really advise you on is what treatment to get. I'm back for a follow-up to some treatment I had earlier this year. It is non-essential surgery, but the procedure itself isn't available in the UK just now due to COVID-19 restrictions. So if you are looking to come back into Thailand for medical treatment, the first thing you'll have to do is obtain a letter from a doctor or from a hospital in the country you're based in, just to confirm that you either require essential surgery in Thailand or that the process that you want to have done isn't available in your home country at this moment. You would then have to apply for either a non-O visa, which would allow you in for 90 days, or a medical visa, which would allow you in for 60 days. You can apply for this visa either right at the start like I did, or you can apply for it later on if you want. The second thing that you'll have to do is to obtain a bank statement for proof of funds. The hospital you're staying at will likely ask for payment for your AHQ, which is Alternative Hospital Quarantine, upfront, and there's a good chance they'll ask for at least a deposit on the treatment you want. So to obtain your certificate of entry, you will need to provide a bank statement confirming that you have the funds available. So once you have these in place, the next step is to either contact hospitals or contact medical tourism agencies in Bangkok to inquire about hospital quarantine and any procedure that you wish to have. If you're not confident about going to hospitals, or you're unsure about which hospital will give you the procedure that you want, then it can be a good idea just to go to a medical tourism agency, explain where you're based, explain what procedure you want to have in Bangkok, and they will probably be in a position to recommend the best hospital. So if you're able to get a hospital who will agree to quarantine you and to provide you with a treatment plan, then at this stage I would send this to the embassy and ask if this is acceptable to obtain a certificate of entry. The rules change a lot, and to be honest, embassies may differ in terms of what paperwork they ask for. So once you have agreement from a hospital that they'll take you for quarantine and that they'll treat you, reach out to the embassy and just ask if this will be enough to obtain a certificate of entry. But once you have obviously your flight and all other documents in place. So if the embassy come back and they say that the documentation you provided is fine, at this stage you can look for a repatriation flight. The rules are changing all the time, but at the time that I made this video, there are no commercial flights allowed into Thailand. It's only repatriation flights. So you can check on your embassy's website, and they will give you the dates of the repatriation flights out of your country. So once you have your AHQ, which is Alternative Hospital Quarantine, your next step is to get yourself on to a repatriation flight. And once you have your AHQ, your treatment plan and your flight, you can then apply for a certificate of entry. You will also require COVID insurance for $100,000 to get your certificate of entry. Now, before I came out here, I had a policy with Direct Line that I'd had for 3 years. The policy itself would provide me with treatment for COVID-19 because I took out the policy before COVID-19 was a known event. But to obtain your certificate of entry, you have to have an actual policy that explicitly states that you're covered for COVID-19 for up to $100,000. There's plenty of information out there, but if you are unsure about policies, I can recommend a company. I'm happy to do that. So if your COE is accepted, you can then arrange for a COVID test and also a Fit to Fly certificate. These have to be within 72 hours of your flight taking off. So for example, my flight departed the UK at 9:25 on the 23rd of August. So my COVID test and my Fit to Fly certificate had to be dated on either the 20th of August or later. My COVID test came back on the 20th of August. My Fit to Fly certificate was done on the 21st of August, and both were accepted. So just a couple of footnotes. Your embassy will decide whether to accept your case for medical treatment. It's on a case-by-case basis. Rules can also change on a regular basis. Like my surgery it's not essential, but it is a follow-up to a treatment I had in Bangkok earlier this year, and it also can't be done in the UK right now due to COVID-19 restrictions. I got a letter from my doctor and the NHS just to confirm that this surgery can't be carried out right now in the UK. I'm happy to answer any questions, so please put any questions in the comments, but also consult with your embassy if you're unsure. Ultimately, they will make the decision on whether to grant your certificate of entry. The process itself for me was quite lengthy. I dealt with the London embassy, who were really helpful, but they were also cautious. They're very cautious about you having the correct paperwork and all your ducks in a row, which is understandable. The last thing they want is to send somebody to Bangkok only for them to be turned away at immigration, which will be the worst thing ever, to be honest. The queues for the repatriation flights in Bangkok, in London, were insane. It was like Disney World, but without any roller coasters. So the embassy will be very cautious to make sure that you have the right documents in place. But reach out if you're unsure. Reach out to them. I am happy to answer any questions, but ultimately, the embassy will make the decision on whether your application is granted or not. So thank you for watching the video. If you have any questions, you can either ask me in the Facebook groups or you can ask me in the comments. The only thing I can't advise on is treatments. I'm not qualified to advise which treatments are suitable for you, and I also don't know what the embassy will accept. Some embassies may accept only life-threatening treatments, whereas other embassies may accept aesthetic treatments. So it's completely in the hands of the embassy, but if I can help with anything, please let me know and I'll do my best. Have a good day, guys.